Eye on Sun Valley, daily local news from beautiful Sun Valley, Idaho.
I'm Michael David with Eye on Sun Valley Sports, coming to you from the foyer of the fish tank on the beautiful campus of the Sun Valley Community School, and it's my pleasure to be joined by the head soccer coach of the now back-to-back state champions, Richard Whitelaw, the director of athletics as well. Richard, congratulations and thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Mike. How about those cutthroats?
Those cutthroats. This is incredible, right? I mean, to go to the pinnacle 2 years in a row. Tell us a little bit about this year's tournament and how it went.
Well, we entered the season very confident because of last year's success, winning the state title for the first time in 19 years. The core of our team was back. Right. All the pieces were in place, and it was a matter of just honing their skills and keeping everyone focused and getting ready for the tournament. We got through the district tournament by winning our league and the final unscathed, and it was a matter of just being prepared and ready to defend our title. So
you every year, I'm sure, state, especially with the strength of this program, state is the goal, and winning the whole thing is your goal. But did you feel more confident this year after winning last year?
Yes, because last year it was more a relief than anything, because the pressure was on. You know, we'd lost finals in 2015 and 16.
Sure.
And getting back there, we didn't want to, we really wanted to win.
Right.
Everyone was watching
us. Yes.
But
this group had the taste of victory.
And they knew what to do, because a lot of these players had played in a final when they were freshmen.
Right.
And they had seen what it takes to actually win. And they had that unique desire and determination and strength and single-mindedness, and they weren't going to let this slip.
Right. So you show up at East of Boise for this tournament, and how'd the first game go?
It was against Teton, who beat us in 2016 on penalty kicks.
Right, in the finals.
We've had a great matchups with them before.
Yep.
Very good teams, very good players individually. We had the run of the game. We dominated the game. We had 27 shots on target, couldn't score, and it took a moment, 4 minutes from time, where Finn crossed the ball to Cash, who nodded it back to Kai Nelson, who volleyed it into the roof of the net in the 76th minute and gave us the victory. And we just needed that first elusive goal, and once we got that, we knew it'd be okay, but we made it interesting and left it late.
Sure, and frankly, and this is something you deal with every season, you had not really been tested up until that point. You lost your first game of the season this year against Canyon Ridge, a good squad. Yep. So do you think that kind of, even though you dominated the game, but that it was so close, was that something that was good for the team?
We always knew we can score, and we keep reminding each other. It doesn't matter if you score in the first minute or the 80th minute, you just keep playing and play the way we know we can.
Sure.
And so the guys were pretty patient. No one panicked.
Right.
We just keep playing, and sure enough, and we managed to. Kai stuck that one in, and we're on our way.
Okay, so you've taken care of Teton. You move in against probably the second best team, at least rankings going into this, American Falls, correct?
Yes, and we had beaten them in the first game of the tournament last year, 2-1.
Okay.
And that was a tough game, and they had all their players coming back. They were like us. They were stacked and heavy with senior experienced players.
Okay.
And we knew this was the game to watch, and if whoever won this game would be more than likely to win.
It was almost like the finals was.
Yeah.
It was in the semifinals.
Oh, it was perfect.
So who struck first then in the semifinal game?
American Falls scored in the 67th minute.
Okay.
Then Cash equalized with the penalty in the 72nd minute.
Okay.
To make it 1-1.
And then for us casual fans in soccer, it's 2 40-minute halves. So you're talking about at the very end of the second half is when the scoring started. So Cash tied it up in the 72nd minute.
72nd minute. They raced down the field 2 minutes later and scored.
Oh man! And what are you thinking as a coach now? Well, the clock's almost running out, and now you're down again 2-1.
But that's the beauty of high school sports, Mike. I mean, now we've got 6 minutes left, and what do we got? Are we as good as we really think we are?
Right.
And if these boys got the tenacity and the drive to get a goal from somewhere.
That's right.
And I was just sitting there thinking, we're in trouble. I mean, 2 minutes from time, time, Cash stuck one in.
To tie
A
it
goal
up.
out of nothing.
Right.
And just the sheer pandemonium on the sideline when that went in.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But then you have to regroup for overtime, right? I mean, the exuberance of tying it up, but you still got work to do.
Yeah, 2 10-minute periods. Cash went off injured in the first 10 minutes.
Okay.
So
you lost one of your big scorers.
So our centre forward was gone, and the pressure's now on Ridley up front, and we stuck in Willie DeWolf, and he ran around and created havoc. And it's extra time's really interesting because you find that a lot of teams are very cagey and they don't want to lose, and they'd rather go and have penalties. But we decided as a unit, we're going to win this thing.
Right.
We don't want to go to penalties.
So your strategy is, hey, we're gonna push and force the issue, but that didn't pan out, at least in terms of it. You didn't win in the.
And we pushed Shea further up the field to get that elusive goal.
Right.
And they counter-attacked twice and got him behind us.
Yep.
And had 2 wonderful opportunities to win it.
Sure.
And should have scored. And then again, I thought this is over. But Meeks was huge
He came
in
up
goal.
big, right.
A big save, and he kept us in the game, and we managed to get to penalties.
So in penalties, you've lost Cash, and what did you do to replace Cash in the lineup of penalties?
Well, Meeks is our other penalty taker if Cash isn't on the field.
Fascinating. So your goalie is ready to step in there, and
he saved the first. Well, they hit the post first.
Yep.
And then with our first shot, Meeks was up and he slotted it in. Crowd went nuts.
I bet. And you said off camera that even the referees were like, "Wait a second, you're a goalie. What are you doing out here getting ready to take a kick?"
They hadn't seen that so early.
That's fantastic. So he went in and scored, and then you guys, but you went to like extra kicks too, right?
Yeah, we went through 8 players in the end and held off 5-4. With Kaylin Bradshaw slotting the decisive one to put us into the final.
And that put you into the finals. Well, let's take a quick break here, and we'll talk about that final game, and then I want to talk to you a little bit about how you built this program and the future going forward. My guest is Richard Whitelaw, the Director of Athletics and the head soccer coach of the Sun Valley Community School. We'll be back right after these messages.
Audio Innovations is an innovative audio-visual company that designs, integrates, and simplifies a truly custom system to keep you comfortable, entertained, and secure in your own home. Audio Innovations TJ's Electric offers a variety of services, from phone systems to lighting control systems, HVAC systems, home theater, electrical, audio, and video, drapery systems, and more. Audio Innovations, 91 East Croy Street, Alturas Plaza, in Haley.
Are you tired of being tired? Wouldn't you like to have more energy and not be so run down? Hi, I'm Dr. John Calvert with Sun Valley Smile Designs and Dental Sleep Health. That's right. A dentist who treats sleep-breathing disorders and sleep apnea. You may be one of the millions of people that suffer from sleep apnea, depriving you of the quality of sleep that you need. You may not be aware of the serious physical problems with untreated sleep apnea. High blood pressure, diabetes, and stroke are just a few. For those of you that have sleep apnea but are just not able to tolerate your CPAP unit, there is help right here in Ketchum. I have over 17 years of advanced training in sleep health, and I can treat your sleep apnea, including annoying snoring, from beginning diagnosis all the way through treatment. No need to travel hours away for overnight sleep studies. I'll provide you with a complimentary, complete computer airway evaluation and consultation. Give my office a call, and I can help you feel more rested and have more energy. Sleep well, live well. Come see us at Sun Valley Smile Designs and Sun Valley Sleep Health.
No matter your taste or personal style, the shopping in Sun Valley has what you need for a day in the mountains or elegant night on the town. From bike sales, rentals, repair, outdoor accessories, and souvenirs to high-end, on-trend fashion and sportwear, including a hip modern women's boutique, there is something for everyone in the Sun Valley Village. Don't forget about the kids, as stepping foot in the toy store is a dream come true for the little ones. The Sun Valley Village shopping options blend a touch of European style with Main Street USA hospitality, all in a charming mountain town setting.
I'm back with Richard Whitelaw, head soccer coach of the back-to-back state champions. Okay, you're in the finals now against Weiser, right?
Our nemesis.
Nemesis, right? Because you've had mixed success with them, haven't you, in the past?
2015, we went in the state final unbeaten all season.
Never lost.
And they beat us 5-2. So that was a tough day indeed at Middleton High School.
As you're preparing the team for this finals game against Weiser, is that part of the conversation or the mindset? Are the boys talking about it? Are you talking to the boys?
No, not really, because they were in 8th grade when this happened, and
right.
Of course it's all fresh to me. I remember every team and every player
of course.
And every goal and every disappointment.
Yeah.
But no, we didn't focus on that at all, because these boys were really quite quietly confident.
Right.
Even though we didn't have cash.
Sure, because you've got to be thinking about that. Obviously, this is a team sport. You've got a lot of great players and contributors, but you've lost in the semifinals one of your top scorers, if the top scorer too.
And we didn't have cash in the district final because he was sick, and then last year he didn't play in the district tournament. So we have one without him, and that's where the beauty of this team is. The other guys step up.
Right.
That's what their moment is. They want to contribute, and from the beginning of the game, even from the early morning, getting prepared, and the trip to Middleton High School, everyone was pretty quiet and So,
but one young man in particular stepped up, someone that hadn't been as big a contributor in the first half of this game against Weiser in the finals.
Willie DeWolf. Willie had never started a varsity game before, and has never scored. And we stuck him up front with Ridley, the centre forward, and he was just unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it.
Yep.
I mean,
and the whole team was probably feeding off this excitement.
It was
right?
Because everyone loves Willie, because he's such a hard-working athlete and dedicated, and he embodies the cutthroat spirit.
Sure.
And he never gives up, and you can't coach hard work and ethic.
So right 4 minutes into the game, he scores to open it up.
Yeah, Ridley knocks the ball down to Fletch and crosses the ball, and he heads it in, and we're up 1-0 after 4 minutes. And
he wasn't done yet.
He's got another one after 12 minutes. There was a mad scramble in the front of the goal, and Willie sticks a foot out, and it goes in, 2-0. And then on 24 minutes, he actually scores a good goal where he beat a couple of defenders and calmly slotted it into the corner.
Wow.
And 3-0, got his hat trick, and effectively the game's over.
Right. And then you got one more goal before the half, from
Fletcher stump. Yeah. We've been waiting for him all year. Just Fletcher, step up and just put your foot through the ball. And he did, 25 yards out, right on half time, and one of those, he'll never score a better goal. And just went into the roof of the net.
Fantastic. And again, probably a little bit of a dagger for Weiser at that point.
They were finished.
To be down 4-0.
It was over.
And you guys finished strong. Meeks, your goalie, again, you put him in the second half to kick a penalty kick.
Yep.
And he came through.
And then Ridley scored a penalty kick at the end. And good for Ridley Lindstrom, because he scored over 70 career goals. He's played in every varsity game, and he's the only player to score in 4 state tournaments.
Yeah, so this team, you've got a bunch of records that they set. You've got 10 seniors that the vast majority of them played the whole 4 years with you. What would you say, if you had to capsulize it, makes this team special?
obviously they're good players to start with. Their togetherness, their drive and determination, they certainly grew and matured with their maturity. They'd been in the big games before. So they didn't really get overawed or cocky, but they had a steely determination. They knew they wanted to win, and they said, we're not leaving this field until we win.
Right.
I mean, that happened a couple of times this year.
Right.
And, you know, they did that, so more power to them. Good for them. They deserve everything coming their way.
Sure. Now, this program has been a dominant soccer program, right, over the years. You've been coaching for how long?
28 seasons.
28 years. Longer than you've been cultivating your beautiful dreadlocks, right? You've been doing this for a long time. And you're famous around the state of Idaho, certainly, for those dreadlocks. You know that. But
not my exceedingly good looks.
That as well. But how do you continue? You're going to lose a lot of great players this year. How do you continue to build and make the program so consistent over this long period?
Well, you know, the old adage, you're only as good as your players. And I'm lucky. I've got good athletes here, especially with the Sawtooth United and now Sun Valley Soccer Club, having the players play at a young age, coming through the youth system. All the athletes in this town, they're great athletes. They mightn't necessarily be great soccer players, but if you've got an athlete, that's when we can coach them. And
sure. But you're too humble too. I mean, you've got this record, and part of it is about the coaching, the in-game coaching, that stuff too. But you've got good players, good athletes. I understand that, but I got to coax this out of you. What's your mindset? I mean, you're like John Wooden now of soccer, high school soccer coaching here in the Wood River Valley. What is it?
But I'm not dead yet.
No, you're not. Thank goodness. But I mean, what is your mindset to build this program?
You just got to be positive with players.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you can point the finger in someone's chest. Sometimes you have to put your arm around their shoulders. I mean, what can you get best out of these players? And you just got to be positive and treat them how you would want to be treated.
Right.
And, you know, never be afraid to tell them when they're doing a good job, because a lot of these boys, they just want to hear that you're proud of them and they're doing well. And just treat them with a bit of respect and be kind and positive. Because, you know, soccer's been my life when I was playing, and I just take bits and pieces from all the coaches that influenced me. And, you know, there's no trick to coaching tactics in soccer. Everyone knows how the game's played. Right. So it's what can you get out of your players?
Pretty simple game in a lot of respects.
And if you treat them fairly and make them feel good about themselves and instill the confidence and what it means to be part of a team, you know, that goes a long way. You're halfway there.
Sure, and it can't emphasize enough how it's one thing to get to the state tournament, but then to win it is another thing.
It's the hardest thing I've done. I mean, everything has got to go your way. I mean, we should have had a bunch of these before, but, you know, now our luck has changed.
Yeah, well, congratulations. You've earned a lot of that luck. My guest has been Richard Whitelaw, head soccer coach of the back-to-back state champions, the Sun Valley Community School Cutthroats. I'm Michael David with Eye on Sun Valley Sports, keeping my eye on Wood River Valley sports and Wood River Valley state champs for you.
Better food, better price, better service. Atkinson's Market, supporting local farmers since 1956.
I remember going to the doctor when I was a kid. He knew me, I knew him. It was really simple. And then medicine changed with more expensive labs, medications, bigger clinics, and not enough time to explain it all.
Direct primary care came along, outside the insurance system and affordable. I'm Dr. Tom Archie. At InnerHealth MD, we spend the time we need building collaborative relationships. We bypass the insurance, lab, and pharmaceutical industries and pass on the savings to our patients. At our office, common labs can cost $5 to $10, and in our pharmacy, generic prescriptions often cost less than $5. Our family practice treats fractures, lacerations, and sports injuries, teaches prevention, and coordinates acute and chronic care. We don't accept insurance. Our patients pay a monthly fee that is less than a cable bill. With acupuncture, herbs, Class 4 cold laser, and a holistic, functional medicine approach, InnerHealth MD is family medicine like it used to be. Affordable, personal, and looking to the future.
The mountain biking in Sun Valley is some of the best and most scenic in the country. Bald Mountain offers 3,100 vertical feet of everything from challenging uphill climbs to machine-built berms and features for the intermediate to advanced rider, all accessible via our summer lift and gondola service. For a milder, family-friendly experience, head to the White Clouds trails across from the Sun Valley Village, winding up and around the White Clouds Golf Course. Beginners will also feel comfortable on the paved Wood River Trail, a 30-plus mile multi-use path that connects the communities of Ketchum, Haley, and Sun Valley. Those in search of adventure can also explore the 400-mile network of single-track trails throughout the Wood River Valley, with some of the best views that our area has to offer. Be sure to stop by Pete Lane's Outdoor Adventure Center before you trek.
Welcome to Pure Body Bliss, your home in Haley for extraordinary movement training. Pilates, yoga, and fusion classes, as well as incredible massage. We specialize in private and semi-private sessions, dynamic group classes, and exceptional massage techniques to both realign and relax. At Pure Body Bliss, we have something for everyone, including restorative yoga, core-focused Pilates, and our studio-exclusive high-intensity burn classes, just to name a few. All taught by patient and highly educated professionals with thousands of hours of teaching experience. Have fun, work hard, sweat, then relax, restore, and rejuvenate, all in one beautiful setting. Solidify your resolutions with our complete unlimited membership. At Pure Body Bliss, we love your body.
Davis Embroidery, screen printing, and promotional products keeps your logo fresh and your message strong. As the Wood River Valley's one-stop shop for brand support, Davis Embroidery will help you make a lasting impression on your business and your customers. Add your logo to employee uniforms, polos, caps, jackets, t-shirts, water bottles, tote bags, or pins. Davis Embroidery will help you find the right product that fits your company's image and budget. Getting your logo viewed by customers, impressions matter and create top-of-mind recognition. With excellent customer service and quality brands, partnering with Davis Embroidery screen printing and promotional products is a winning marketing strategy. Visit our Ketchum showroom Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or online at davisembroidery.com.
Hi, I'm Karen Bosick with Eye on Sun Valley. Have you ever wondered why there are two bridges where Trail Creek intersects the Big Wood River? The answer lies in the Philadelphia Smelter, which was built here in 1881 to service the silver rush of the Wood River Valley. My good friend John Lundeen has been studying this for years and years and years. Let's go find out more from him. John, what can you tell us about these two bridges?
Karen, this is a remnant of the railroad bridge that went over the Big Wood River, leading directly into the Philadelphia Smelter, that was located on a 400-acre bench right behind us. And there's not much left today showing where it was. We'll see one other place a little later. But when the railroad was extended from Haley up to Ketchum, it didn't stop at Ketchum. It went directly into the Philadelphia Smelter over its own railroad bridge that paralleled the wagon bridge. And it could take goods directly in and load bullion and take it directly out. So it was a very efficient process. This is one of the few remnants of the Philadelphia Smelter that you can still see here in the valley. Now, the Philadelphia Smelter began operations in fall of 1881 and smelted most of the galena ore that was produced not only in the Wood River Valley, but all the surrounding mineral districts. The ore was brought by wagon right up here to the Philadelphia Smelter, where it was broken down and the silver, lead, and zinc taken out of the rock. Now, the Philadelphia Smelter was started by some Philadelphia investors led by the Bory Banking Company, and they came here in 1881 just after the silver rush began, and this was the largest silver rush in the country at the time. And they decided that what the Wood River Valley needed was a smelter to break down the components of the ore into merchantable quantities. They bought originally 160 acres right at the mouth of Warren Springs Canyon, right to our left, beyond the bridge. It was later expanded to 400 acres. And it was, they brought in state-of-the-art smelting equipment, and it was the largest industrial enterprise in the 1880s in Idaho Territory. What you see here, the bridge, has an interesting story, because when the Wood River branch of the Oregon Short Line Railroad, which was a subsidiary of Union Pacific, that was built from Shoshone into Haley, arriving in May 1883. The people that convinced Union Pacific to build it, Robert Strayhorn and his wife, owned a company that had bought the Shoshone and Haley town sites, and they intended to make Haley the industrial capital of the Wood River Valley, the Denver of Idaho, as they said. So that Haley was originally to be the terminus of the Wood River branch. However, the Philadelphia Smelter was by far the largest customer and shipper of goods for the Wood River branch. They were located 14 miles north, so they had to load all the smelted ore into wagons and take it down to Haley to ship by train, and that was very inefficient. So there's a battle between the Strayhorn forces and the Philadelphia Smelter about what to do. The Philadelphia Smelter prevailed, and in 1884, the Wood River branch was extended from Haley up to Ketchum. It was never intended to serve the city of Ketchum, because the smelter was 3/4 of a mile north of Ketchum at that point. It was only intended to serve the shipping needs of the Philadelphia Smelter. So the Wood River branch came up here. It crossed the river on a bridge much like this, that once it went across the Big Wood River, turned south, as this does on Exhibition, and went directly into the smelter. That allowed all the goods coming in to be unloaded directly to the smelter, and the smelted ore to be loaded directly and shipped out of the valley. Now, to set the stage here, the Oregon Short Line Ketchum depot was right down from where we stand, roughly where the YMCA is right now. And the Philadelphia Smelter had a huge complex up there. They had originally 2 and later 4 massive furnaces that smelted the ore. They had 20 charcoal burners that converted wood into charcoal. They had a water flume that brought water from around Geyer Hot Springs directly down into the smelter that they used to power its machinery and turbines. And this was, as I said, the industrial center of the Wood River Valley and the largest industrial facility in Idaho Territory. I'm standing here on Exhibition Drive in Warm Springs. We're about 1 block west of the Big Wood River, and we're right in the middle of the Philadelphia Smelter site. If you look behind me, you can see the only remnant that's still existing of the smelter. There's part of its foundation on the west side of Exhibition, And even though it was a huge facility with lots of machinery, this is all you can see. And of course, the smelter area itself is filled with houses, as you can see somewhere around here. This would be roughly where the railroad tracks would come in. And again, they came over the Big Wood River on their own bridge, then turned south on Exhibition. And we have one picture that shows the railroad tracks coming right in, and you can see where it is in relationship to the hillside behind me. There's another picture we have showing where the bullion was stored waiting for shipment out, and that would be pretty close to where I am right now. So this was center of the action right here. Now, once the smelter knew the railroad was coming in 1883, they expanded their own facilities. They went from 2 furnaces to 4 furnaces that were state-of-the-art. When they first built the facility in 1881, they used water from the warm springs to propel their machinery. They had they owned some land up by Geyer Hot Springs, which is about 2 miles west of here. They constructed a dam and a ditch there, and they brought water in to propel its machinery. They also had a bathhouse up there for their employees. You know, there's no hot and cold running water in those days, so the Philadelphia smelter and some of the families actually took advantage of the warm springs and put in their own bathhouses up there. After the railroad was going to come in, the Philadelphia smelter actually constructed an elevated flue to bring water in. They could bring a much higher volume of water to propel double the machinery they had. And there's some interesting pictures of the flue. Now, another thing that happened is that prior to 1883, the Philadelphia smelter smelted mainly ore from the Wood River Valley, and there were 3 or 4 other smelters here in competition. But because they expanded so much, they put in several $100,000 more into this facility. They drove the other smelters out of business. Small-scale smelters couldn't compete, and this became such a large institution, they drove the others out of business, and they were the only remaining smelter here. Another thing they did is that they purchased a series of silver mines in the area here, so they could, to some extent, control the volume of ore that they smelted. The biggest ones were over in Muldoon, which is in the Littlewood River Valley, and they owned the Muldoon mines, and they put a separate smelter over there. They owned the North Star mine, which is off of East Fork, right next to Triumph, and they owned the Silver Star mine, which is in this Little Smoky mineral district, which is over Dollarhide Summit.
I hope you enjoyed our glimpse into the mining history of the Wood River Valley, and many thanks to John Lundeen. I'm Karen Bosick with Eye on Sun Valley. Until next time, I'm keeping my eye on Sun Valley for you.
I moved out to Idaho 4 years ago, so I met a lot of people and I really, really like it here. In New York, I was always sort of introverted. When I came out here, that no longer was me. I became extroverted because the people here are so friendly and warm. You know, if you don't have something like that that brings you into other people's lives, it takes a long time to get to know people.
Are you like me and can't stand paying your insurance bill? Just when you pay all your bills for the month, then along comes that dreaded insurance bill, putting the hurt on your checking account. Hello, I'm Mark Balkos, president of Wood River Insurance. That's why Wood River Insurance is an independent insurance agency. This means we have a multiple of insurance companies we offer to our clients. This allows us to hold the insurance companies accountable for coverage, service, and most important of all, pricing. When I started in this business 33 years ago, I only represented one company to my customers. And after a while, I felt as though my hands were tied when trying to be as competitive as I could. As an independent insurance agency, we represent you to the insurance company, not the insurance company to you. This allows Wood River Insurance to be as competitive as possible. So call us today at 208-788-1100 and let Wood River Insurance represent you.
Better food, better price, better service. Atkinson's Market, supporting local farmers since 1956.
Hi, I'm Gary, manager of the Attic Thrift Store in Haley, and today I'm not here to sell you anything or tell you about any great deals at the Attic. We all know the Attic always has great deals. That goes without saying. Instead, the Attic and its staff would like to give a sincere thank you to all its loyal customers and generous donors who help to make a huge impact in our community. How? For those who don't know, the Attic Thrift Store is a nonprofit that exists to help support the advocates whose mission is to teach people of all ages to build and maintain healthy relationships through education, shelter, and support services. With your help, we are making a difference in ending domestic violence and sexual assault. Every day, lives are changed at The Advocates. Please visit our website at www.theadvocatesorg.org. So from all of us, thank you for shopping and donating to The Attic. You're truly...
As a family, we've been with Harrison over 20 years. Nathan has been, his phone line is always open to me. And that's been huge. It's a real personal relationship. I pick up the phone and call him, and he's always there, ready to answer my questions. He's really quick with getting back to me when I've got my back turned and I'm focused on the business and the people and aspects of the business. It's nice for me to offload this responsibility, which is a big one, to make sure that all my bases are covered. I need to know that if something happens, that we're going to be covered. And with Harrison Insurance, I'm confident that they've got my back and that they've set me up for success.
Harrison Insurance, for all of your insurance needs.
Good morning, Ion Sun Valley. This is Marie Gallo and welcome to Marie's Kitchen. So today we are gonna cook a dish mainly with potatoes, actually just with potatoes and cream. So we are gonna cook what we call in France, gratin dauphinois, and here in the US we call that scalloped potatoes. As you know, I'm from Belgium, and Belgium is just like here in Idaho, a potato country, I would say, not only for the fries, but everything else who goes with it. There is not one meal in Belgium without potatoes. And I have to say, I'm addicted to potatoes. So this one is a great recipe with the holidays coming and Thanksgiving and the cold. Winter is coming in Sun Valley, Idaho. That will be great to cook the potatoes, the scalloped potatoes. Anyway, what we're gonna need today, it's a very easy recipe to make. Anybody can make this recipe. So I have right here 3 beautiful Idaho potato. This is so funny. I went to get them yesterday, and that is really funny. So I asked the guy at the vegetable area, I said, "Are those from Idaho?" And he laughed and he looked at me like, "Yes, ma'am." I said, "Okay." So I went to get those russet potato. What am I looking in a potato? It seems, I mean, basic, but you want a good, I used a russet potato for this recipe, but you use firm. Remember the 2 cooking show we had previously? I always like fresh ingredient and firm. And this is what I'm looking for. A nice, firm Idaho potato. So I'm going to use a mandolin. You can use only a knife if you are afraid of this little gadget because it's scary. I had an incident about 4 years ago. I can tell you, you have to be very careful. This mandolin is really, really, really sharp. So we are going to slice the potato. I think I have this one on 3/16 in the yellow area. So what I do, I cut the end of the potato. So I have a very flat, so I do that. And as you know, I have my chef knife and my little knife that I love to cook with. So, and I have a very flat, I'm going to show you, a very flat, that's going to be easier to use on the mandolin. And there we go. I have this little protection, so I start without this protection, and we are gonna start sliding the potatoes. So please be careful if you use the mandolin because it's really, really, really sharp. So at one point, I am gonna use my little gizmo here. There it is, coming up. So, and now I'm not afraid, you know, I'm just going because my fingers are really well protected. So if this one doesn't cut, it's fine. I have enough potatoes. So I'm going to put those on the side, and I'm going to do the same with those 2 potatoes. In the meantime, what we are going to do is in a pan, I put 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. You don't have to use 2 cups of a heavy whipping cream if you don't want to. If you think, it's a little bit too rich for me or my family, you can use 1 cup of 2% milk and 1 cup of heavy cream. That will do it as well. So what I'm going to do, and this is my way to make the gratin dauphinois, the scalloped potatoes, 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, 1 teaspoon of salt and pepper, and the pepper is already here in my salt. I have 1 clove of garlic, and this is garlic from my garden. Yay, I like when I use stuff from my garden. And I'm gonna do, and you don't have to do 1/4 spoon of nutmeg. You need nutmeg in this recipe. You cannot go without nutmeg. Now, if you don't like nutmeg, just put 1/2 teaspoon, that will be fine. I love nutmeg, so I'm gonna put 1/4 spoon. And I like to crack a little bit of black pepper. Just, you know, 1. And we are gonna boil this. So you put on high, keep an eye because as soon as it boils, it can overflow. There you go, see it's starting to boil, or I mean to heat up. So I'm on high, I'm medium high, and I'm gonna stir everything. And this is the only thing you have to do for the scalloped potato. You boil your cream, I put all the ingredient on it, and then we are gonna use it to cover the sliced potatoes. So you're taking your Pyrex and you're gonna spread your butter, not much, just enough to have it all around. And what I do also, I peeled garlic cloves. This is garlic from my garden. And you just do the same thing with the garlic. Just to have the taste of the garlic in your Parex. Remember, we do have garlic in the cream sauce. That's all it is to it. So what I'm going to start to do, well, I need to scoop. I am going to pour a little bit, not much, but a little bit of my cream. Okay, so we scoop a little bit of cream with the mix in the Parex. So now we are going to just put the slice of potatoes and create a first layer of potatoes. Okay? Easy enough. Now, if you want to put the potato in a different shape, different ways, please be my guest, because the result's going to be the same. The secret in the scalloped potatoes, it's your cream and your mix. And you can touch and pull down. So this is my first layer. So I have a full layer of potatoes, and we are going to put another layer of cream with the mixture. There it goes. And then, and don't worry, you know, I cut my potato a little bit earlier. They start the oxidation, nothing, it won't change the quality of your potatoes, so don't worry about it. Cover that area and voila. So on top, one more layer, and it seems like a lot of cream, but I do a little bit of cream at a time. It's not, and remember, try to stir, because all the mixed we have, like the pepper, the garlic, the nutmeg. I was starting to speak French, noix de muscade for nutmeg, but it's right there. So you really want to have the whole mixture on your dish. This is the scallop. This is it. And then you're gonna be 45 minutes to an hour, it depends, in the oven, preheat, 400 degrees. And then I did cook one this morning, so I'm going to show you what it's supposed to look when you take it out from the oven. Okay, now I had my scallop for 45 minutes in the oven. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take it out. Protect your hands. Don't forget that. And take it out. Yum. This should look kind of brownish color and ready to serve. Moment of truth. I am gonna have a taste of this. So in this one I made it for, because this one I cooked earlier to make sure that you don't have to wait for 45 minutes. So this one is for 3 people to 4, because you know it's rich. As you know, we use cream, and you plate it. I'm not going to take too much because it's really rich. And I'm going to taste it. Gosh, I love potatoes. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I always say the same thing, but it is so good. One thing that I forgot to mention earlier, the reason, you know, when I was sliding the potatoes on the mandolin, you don't wash the potatoes when you slice them. You wash them when you peeled, of course, but when you slice them, you keep them like that. You don't do anything. You just take the slice and you put in your plate, because the starch will do the creamy mixed when you cook it. So this is your scalloped potatoes ready to be served. You can use it for Thanksgiving, Christmas. It goes very well with all kind of meat, fish as well. One of my favorite, one of a classic in France. And I will say, see you next time on Eye on Sun Valley. In the meantime, enjoy your cooking and see you later. Au revoir.
Better food, better price, better service. Atkinson's Market, supporting local farmers since 1956.
I moved out to Idaho 4 years ago. So I met a lot of people and I really, really like it here. You know, if you don't have something like that that brings you into other people's lives, it takes a long time to get to know people.
Sterling Urgent Care is now open at 507 South Main Street in Haley. Sterling Urgent Care is helping create a better healthcare experience. All patients are welcome. They accept most major insurances, including Medicare and Medicaid. They also accept self-pay patients and offer a membership program to help you take control of your healthcare costs. Sterling Urgent Care invites you to visit them at their beautiful new facility in Haley. Or learn more at sterlingurgentcare.com. Healthcare created with you in mind.
With over 17,782 total yards of scenic golf, we have a little something for every type of golfer. Our signature 18 holes at the Trail Creek Championship course include an 18-hole putting course, driving range, and a luxurious clubhouse with wraparound deck and full-service restaurant. Across the road tower the 9 holes of the White Clouds, an alpine link-style course with 360-degree views of the entire Wood River Valley. A few miles away, you'll find another 18 holes of undulating greens at the Elkhorn Golf Course, complete with its own clubhouse and driving range.
La Cabanita Mex, dubbed by the locals as authentic, tasty Mexican food and drinks with a festive atmosphere. And a pretty darn good sports bar too. Big screens all over. La Cabanita prides itself on their authentica cocina mexicana. Good food, very fast service, and delicious house recipes with those special Mexican spices. La Cabanita Mex, serving lunches, dinners, catering, company parties, and takeout. Ketchum and Bellevue. La Cabanita.
Are you like me and can't stand paying your insurance bill? Just when you pay all your bills for the month, then along comes that dreaded insurance bill, putting the hurt on your checking account. Hello, I'm Mark Balkos, president of Wood River Insurance. That's why Wood River Insurance is an independent insurance agency. This means we have a multiple of insurance companies we offer to our clients. This allows us to hold the insurance companies accountable for coverage, service, and most important of all, pricing. When I started in this business 33 years ago, I only represented one company to my customers. And after a while, I felt as though my hands were tied when trying to be as competitive as I could. As an independent insurance agency, we represent you to the insurance company, not the insurance company to you. This allows Wood River Insurance to be as competitive as possible. So call us today at 208-788-1100 and let Wood River Insurance represent you.
Better food, better price, better service. Atkinson's Market, supporting local farmers since 1956.
Hi, I'm Anita Northwood. I live here in the Sun Valley area, and I have been inspired to create Silver Creek Assisted Living for your family. I'm inspired by my family, and we hope you will all come and take a tour of this place and understand that this is the place where your loved one should be. This is what brings us all joy and what we're the best at. Your family is our family, so come join us. Silver Creek Living is a wonderful place. It's not just about compassionate senior care. It is the best place for you to bring your loved one. We provide a beautiful environment where your family is our family. We have great food, fun activities, lots of entertainment. You can socialize with their peers, bring your family, and yet feel that you're in a beautiful, safe environment. while you can still have fun while knowing that you're well taken care of with the best of care. This could be the next best chapter in your family member's life.
They can be themselves. Nobody looks at them different. Nobody looks at them sideways. This is their group. This is their family. And like I said, I laugh so hard when they come home telling the stories of what went on at camp today.
A lot of these guys, they don't get the benefit of the doubt of being able to do these kinds of things. They don't think that they can bike, people don't think that they can ski, people don't think they can come camping. And then us accepting them as somebody that can do those things is really liberating to them and uplifting.
Gabriel is my son, and he has lymphedema in both of his legs. Gabriel couldn't ski because his feet are so swollen that he couldn't fit into the boots, and Higher Ground got him into skis and got him skiing on the mountain and stuff.
I have no vision in my left eye and very little in my right, so we came to Higher Ground because of that. I ski and I love it. It's just, you feel so free, and I love like the wind blowing against you, and it feels so fun and just exhilarating.
Before, he would always be like, oh, I need you to go with me, Mom. I need you to go with me, Mom, to ask for anything. And now he feels so comfortable that even in his school life now, he's not scared to go ask people. He's not scared to say what he can do and what he can't do.
Being at Higher Ground has definitely helped me be a lot more social and just a lot easier to make a conversation with somebody.
I'm always going to take with me for the rest of my life that we're always helping each other walk down the sidewalk. You know, it's not a one-sided deal here.
Eye on Sun Valley, daily local news from beautiful Sun Valley, Idaho.